Okay, so I get a lot of questions from people whether the Emberlit will work with a Trangia, as my friend Ulrika likes to say from Sweden, or a Trangia stove. It's got the simmer ring on top of it and everything. Well, the number one question is, will it fit inside the stove? So let's find out right now. Here's the Mini, and oh, look at that. It appears, I'm clumsy. I'm actually right-handed, if you can't tell. There we go. Appears that the Trangia does indeed fit very well inside the Mini, so that's no problem. I mean, it's a little bit of a work, you know, trying to manipulate it once you get it in there, but you know, even with my fat hands I can get in there no problem. So let's try it here with the full size. Obviously works just fine. And the base plate, from the base plate to the top here, I think it's about 5 inches. So then the Trangia takes up another inch, so you're looking at about 4 inches between the Trangia and the bottom of your pot. That may or may not affect the efficiency of it. We'll find out later in another video. But to answer the question, yes, the Trangia does fit inside of the Emberlit Mini and the full size. Now I'm going to show you a few variations on how to use your Emberlit as a windscreen with the Trangia or any other alcohol stove you have, because some of the side burners, they're more efficient when the pot's right on top, and you can't do that when it's in the bottom of the Emberlit, so I'll show you that here in just a second. And there we go. So as you can see, what I've done is I have unhooked one side of the Emberlit. As you can, I just took the front off from one of the sides. I did the same thing with the Mini here, and so this allows you almost a 3/4 windscreen. So I can put the Trangia right here, as you can see right there, and then I can take my pot and I can fit my pot right on top of it, and I can cook like that. So now the Emberlit works as a fantastic little windscreen, and you can use this with just about any stove that you have. You know, the opening is wide enough to fit the fuel hose and the canister through, and so now you have a dual purpose. You can carry that other stove if you want and still use the Emberlit as a backup. Now if it's really windy out here, you can take the base plate and you can put it in front of whatever side the wind's coming from, if you want to block the wind somewhat. Now I'm going to show you one more method that I know of, and then we're going to head on down to the fishing hole. My little ones are already over there in the creek. They can't wait to get in the water, so it's just such a beautiful warm day. I'm going to in this case, what I've done is I've removed the bottom panel, the base plate, from the Emberlit, and I've taken the whole thing and turned it upside down, so I don't have to drop the Trangia in from the top. I can put it in through the bottom. And what's nice about this is it won't work with my fat tea kettle. I mean, the tea kettle kind of sits on the top there. I mean, it actually does pretty well. But, you know, you got a pretty good distance between the Trangia and your actual pot. What's nice with this is if you have the smaller, like Peak ones, MSRs, or the nesting cups, or even your metal Nalgene, it will fit down inside this right on top of your alcohol stove, especially if it's a side burner. And again, you have a nice windscreen option. So those are just a couple ways that you can use the Emberlit with other alcohol stoves or even gas stoves if you open it 3/4 of the way. But to answer again the original question is, will a Trangia fit in the Emberlit? Yes, it does. It fits in both the full size and in the Mini without a problem whatsoever. Well, thanks so much. I look forward to seeing you on the next one.